What's up, guys? Yeah, as I explained in the last video, hopefully clearly enough, hopefully, I wanted to talk to you guys about an observation that I made the other day when I was reading, in Spanish, of course. Naturally, in English, I can understand it fine, but I'm not very good at speaking it. There could be a variety of reasons for that, but my vocabulary isn't very vast when I speak. Obviously, when I write, it's different, but the rate at which words come from my brain to my mouth and out into the air, it just, yeah, it's not good. I'm not really good at expressing myself clearly. There are many pauses, there are many, you know, what's going on right now? Pauses, word order, you know, this isn't English, my only language, and yeah, you know, there are times when I'm reading in Spanish, I don't know if it's the mood I'm in, or if I don't know, but there's some bit of pessimism that just bites away at me, like, oh my god, Cole, you're learning another language, you're not even good at speaking your own, how do you expect to be good at speaking this one? So yeah, that's sort of something that I go through from time to time. You know, it's just an observation. I don't know if it's frustration from not getting it as quickly as I think I should be getting it, just based on how much studying I do every day. It could be something else. I just don't know, you know. If you guys have made that observation, please let me know. And if, yeah, anything else, that'd be great too. As I was also saying, I was going over this book that I was introduced to by a classmate of mine over a year ago. How to Learn Any Language Quickly, Easily, Inexpensively, Enjoyably, and on Your Own, by the journalist Barry Farber. He is a genius. He's a polyglot. He speaks like 20 languages, and yeah, he just wrote this book on how to learn them. There are these chapters that are really cool. He just, in terms of like gathering materials, I found it really cool. I recently started gathering materials for other languages, not just, well, Spanish. I mean, materials. I mean, I don't really need to gather materials because I have a level. I have a low intermediate level where I don't need to buy like a newspaper or something. I could just switch on the TV. Well, and I don't need to buy a newspaper because my dad travels and he brings back newspapers anyway. So, I mean, in terms of that, yeah, I've bought materials for German. Like, I bought a Teach Yourself packet for German. I haven't got the the Michelle Thomas CDs for German. I used them for Portuguese. Wow, they were really good. I learned as much in an 8-hour span as I have in a year of formal classes in Portuguese, which is ridiculous. I just started on Pimsleur Portuguese today. I am very excited about that. It's really cool. Yeah, so I got Michelle Thomas for German, beginner and advanced. I even did the first couple of lessons. It's a really cool language. It's really cool. I also got some resources for Norwegian. Norwegian, that's a delightful language. I don't know if it's the most beautiful I've heard, but I get I giggle, whenever I hear it. I'm like, yeah, all right. A couple other languages too. Yeah, for Benny Farber, in terms of just gathering tools, he just, just basic textbook, dictionary phrase book, magazine, newspaper, student reader. Student reader, those are interesting. That is something I would definitely like to get my hands on for any language, especially Spanish. I would like to know how they learn how one would learn in just a completely Spanish-speaking environment. Because even in school, we have English-based books, so it's, yeah, I would love to have a completely Spanish monopolized word book. And that, yeah, I have no idea where to get that. Anyone who's watching in Miami and knows of like a shop that sells that kind of stuff, or any kind of website, or anyone who's not in Miami and who's watching right now and has knowledge of a website I can go to, or just that sells student readers, that would be terrific, because, yeah, I think that would be invaluable to my learning. For that, I started getting books in Spanish, like I'm reading the Twilight series in Spanish. I know. But it's educational. It's educational. And I'll be reading the Harry Potter series after that, just so I can get a good foundation for narration. I think it's a great skill to have. I mean, we tell stories all the time in our native language, so I just figure, why not learn how to tell a story in a different language, and that could just help me improve. After that, I definitely want to get my hands on some Paulo Coelho books that are translated, Spanish and Portuguese. That'd be great. That's also a portable tape player, cassette courses. Yeah, and Michelle Thomas, Pimsleur. Michelle Thomas, wow. Highly recommend that. I learned present tense, past tense, commands, future, I learned a lot of stuff. I mean, the only thing I didn't learn was subjunctive, even though when you command someone, that's subjunctive, but you know that. Yeah, it's really amazing. Audio forums. That's an interesting thing. I got an account for Skype, and I'm gonna start stalking people on Skype. Tracking people down and being like, hey, can you be my foreign language teacher? Hope I don't scare you. Blank cassettes. That's interesting. I was thinking about that. Just taping myself and just working on accents. That would be interesting. Technology for that. Yeah. Flashcards. Yeah, flashcards are a big part of my my practice. I do nothing. Flashcards. Whenever friends are unavailable, I have a couple of Spanish-speaking friends who are invaluable, not just as Spanish speakers, but as people. I practice with flashcards. I pretty much write out words that I don't know out of a book, or vocabulary terms for when I am in school, or right now I'm using a self-teach course from Ask the Mill, and I just write out words there. And yeah, I'm by myself in my room, and I just make up sentences. I'm starting to appreciate how I can finally construct my own sentences rather than something that I'm told to say, like in Portuguese. That's pretty much where I'm at in Portuguese. I'm being told to say something, but in Spanish I'm starting to appreciate that more, just being able to say more or less what you're thinking, and I'm glad I'm taking a step in that direction. I think I'll end it here. Any advice, any observations in your own learning, students, fellow students, even speakers, that'd be great. Thanks for taking the time. Take care. Peace.